Yep.
Bird's eye view, like bird and swine flu. I'm sick with it, no cure for shit that I do. Heavy-handed when I jot it down the lyric. You ain't half what havoc is or anything near it. I'ma take your time bomb and set you in my palm. The blick of your mind palm, no planning, we improv. You niggas pussy wearing fillers on your sleeve though. Go pick yourself and shooting out and give it deep throat. The winning team is over here, check the point spread. I'll ball first, give a fuck what the coin say. They try to zoo us, keep it from the shaking movers, cause we animals, the valuables will be a lot of tools quick. Out with the old, my nigga, I be on some newer shit. Whoever got the coolest wrist, add them to the list. You be donating for the cause. Why you asking why, nigga, do it just because. Never let a good jokes go to waste. They see us about face, the memories of the sound, the 4-pound make. For years through the music, I took in my foul place. Back to my lands and how it be without cake. Buck 50 and bullet wounds, nothing left to live for, so we couldn't lose. Bubbling with nigga had it popping off. Gunpowder residue on the cotton cloth. Made laws on us here, but we still wild. And never seasonal, my nigga, this was year round. The blood running through our veins got us locked up in this cell, shackled with the ball and chain. Bang.
The higher I kill. Just try and live, please forgive the evil I do. From W, the double crossing my crew. Don't say Keith's my X2, get it, that's times 2. I be spitting more y'all, the sticky in my paw. Southpaw, kill your spirit, I get it from my paw. We outlaw, we limping, no liquor in my paw. Driving crazy in the streets, no different in my car. It's not out, I brought you change, no Obama. Like more some rappers change,
y'all hear me?
It's all over.
What's up, Tarita?
You ain't gotta stop lying like Mufasa. I know a Kuna Matata. Or bullet holes in the lobby door. If you're thinking that I'm a problem, I'm probably
y'all let me know if y'all can hear
with the
everything.
brown, I got him leaning like Bobby Joe. Might catch a body and drop it open somebody's jaw. Yeah, Wu-Tang, Mob Deep, 20 years plus in the game.
Yeah. We're gonna get started in a minute, y'all.
My lyrics like a hand missile, but you the elephant in the room, I can't miss you. The drama let me consume, I had issues. You went against the grain, the dash bitch. That nigga so basic,
what's up,
Gina? Wasted. Cookie cutter, all of your flow, you not caking. Me on the other hand, something always in the oven. Forgot to keep you open till the shit finished baking. You can smell it outside the crib, that money scent. Never believe her when she tell me she love me bent. I've been around the block a few times. My passport tatted, every song is in them up with new lines. Master H, clap your face, applaud you. Standing no, catch your case, but I'm called you. They criticize when I spit and show what I gone through. Nigga hop from their past, but shocked when they haunt you. I can only be me though. Who the fuck you tryna be though? These bitches love me for me and give me deep throat. Niggas saying she just being what she be though. Being me and getting paid for it. Get out of pocket and somebody got to pay for it.
I'm explaining everything, y'all, I promise.
This shit probably say your life, put a cake on.
I'm explaining exactly what's going on here.
Lavish with it. I master P this shit, you know I never had a living. Never will, better meal, your niggas broke. I'm the 89th key, so on a different note. We turn right into red carpets. But this ain't a photo op, it's Photoshop. I choose on the photo block, I don't rock, I overrock. Them hammers overstocked, shots go off, I'm hot homie. Police wanna stop my cause. Shorty open, all she wanna do is drop them drawers. Like a sequel, that everybody waking up. Highly anticipated, you love me reciprocated. Never capitulated, stay till it's situated. Got no more slaving, y'all faked it and never made it. The person would have a cave and the omen just called the game. I can only be me though.
Okay.
I'm trying to be though. These bitches love me for me and give me deep throat. Niggas hating, she just being what she be though. Being me ain't getting paid for it. Get out of pocket, this somebody got paid for it. I never faltered or late for it. This shit probably save your life, put a cape on it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, y'all. I should be clear now. It should just be me now. Y'all let me know one more time if y'all can hear. Somebody already mad. Like, what in the world? Somebody already mad. We just got here, didn't we? I know we did. We just showed up. And somebody already mad. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all right now. This won't be no so-called woke, so-called conscious. Somebody's already mad asking why am I choosing to attack women. I'm going to be starting a new series on here, and I'm going to deem it Facebook Chronicles. We're going to be dealing with some of the arguments I get into on Facebook. And Miss Jamie Justice, you can either sit down and listen or get the fuck out of here. To tell me to deal with white supremacy and racism, I mean, this is what I do on a pretty much daily basis. So we need you to shut the fuck up, sit down, hang out and listen, or you can simply get the fuck out of here. So there's that. There's always that option. I don't want you to feel coerced to be here, feel like you're here against your will, or anybody else that is here or feeling as though they're here against their will. You can get the fuck out of here. Simply close the link and you'll be not hearing anything that I'm talking about. Okay? Okay. This is not going to be no woke shit. I'm telling you that early from the beginning. This will not be no woke shit. This will be me dealing with an argument I got into on Facebook. Now we're going to start from the beginning as to how we got here. Okay? On Facebook, and I should be sharing my screen. Let me know if y'all can see my screen. It should be a black man and some people trying to pray around and look like they about to eat. Something black folk love to do, right? We're going to be dealing with that here in a minute. Okay, y'all can see that. Okay, that's going to be my screen. That's my screen from Facebook. We going to show y'all how we got here as you follow me through here. We're going to show y'all exactly how we got to this point and how we got to be having this conversation. All right, we're going to go back. All right. We're going to go back and deal with it. I'll go back to the post where the violence began. And we'll go from there. I'm going to be, because I feel like I will be able to explain myself better. I'm not as good commenting, trying to comment with people all day long. I'm better just explaining my points. And I think this will be an interesting thing for us to do here on these lives. If you can see that here, we're going to start here. I'll be reading out some of the comments here. I'll be reading first how we got here, okay? I'll start there first with what I posted, and then we're going to get into some of the comments and some of the excuses that I'm seeing be made, some of the context that people aren't really even grasping the concept of what's going on or what I'm asking here. So just to make sure we all on the same page. If you already know you're going to be butthurt or offended about anybody talking about anything weight related, you might as well sit this one out. I'll be going live again tomorrow to deal with racism. If you want to come back, then I'm actually going to be going live on my Instagram tomorrow. If you don't follow me there, you can feel free to do so, and we'll be dealing with that. So I'm just making sure we clear, because I know motherfuckers have a hard time hearing. They're like, Rob, what the fuck going on racism? I'm telling you, I'm not talking about racism right now. Okay? We talking about the violence that ensues in our communities and really in this society when anything about weight is discussed. Okay? Everybody chooses violence. So I'll start with the post. The question says, so why do out of shape women be wanting the finest dudes but get mad when somebody tells them they need to lose weight? This is where the violence began. Now, if you notice, the question It's not crazy. It's not extra. It's a simple question to me. Again, I perceived it this way when I posted. I didn't post it for violence. It was a real question to me because I had a conversation with some brothers and we were talking about this, and I shared some of my stories, and they were like, well, we've had similar stories where you cannot mention it. You can't say anything, even if a woman is expressing that they want to fuck with you. Even if they saying, well, shit, I'm trying to ride shooting a shot, as they will say these days, right? Women shooting their shots. So here we are. Women shooting their shots. We understand shots are taken. And we're going to get into some of the comments here. I'll go to, we'll just start at the top. Because this was a lady here, Blanche. Don't know if that's her real name here. This was a lady here who had some very serious issues with what I was saying here. So we'll start with this first. Again, all I asked was, why do women be wanting these certain type of men? And if there are certain type of men suggest that they lose some weight, women get highly offended. And that was what was being asked here, okay? I want y'all to pay attention to how many times the question is actually answered. I'll start with this comment at the top from Miss Blanche. She says, some of the people on this page are angry, bitter, and mean-spirited. But if a woman says you have a little dick or something else, that will break your already fragile ego. Then it translates to she doesn't uplift her man. Some things aren't appropriate even for discussion. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to be overweight today. Humans like y'all are the problem of this world. Now, understand, the question was, why do out of shape women be wanting to find us dudes but get mad when somebody tell them to lose weight? This lady rebutted with, well, if I say you got a little dick or something, then, it's going to be a problem. Right? If I say you got a little dick, it's going to be a problem. And she says as well that, nobody wakes up and says, I want to be overweight. And I would argue that people do wake up every day and decide that they want to be overweight. To sit here and say this is not a choice, and we're going to get into this a little bit more later with the post that I'm going to play for you guys from a one Lizzo, as to people making it seem like weight is just falling out of the fucking sky. I don't like that mentality. I don't like it. To say that some dude got a little dick, I mean, you can do that, but I don't see how that equates to you interested in a man, and he says, you know what, boom, you cool, but I can't do all the stomachs, right? I can't do the stomachs, I can't do the necks, and we get here and it turns to straight violence. Right? Let me get some of these more of these comments. I told her she was lying. But she doesn't believe this should even be a discussion that we have. Even though we're having discussions about mating all the time, even though people are having discussions about relationships all the time, even though people are having discussions about their desires and expectations in relationships, these conversations are happening all the time. This isn't a new thing. All right, this isn't a new conversation. But of course, to have the discussion is the issue, not the issue itself. Right? Now, if you can see here, I'm showing let me try to pull all the comments up here. Right? Just looking through here. We have a whole lot of comments to go through here. We're going to take our time with this shit, all right? I'm not in a rush. If you are, I'm sorry. I'm not in a rush. This woman here, Miss Sophia, she left a lot of interesting comments. Let me get to the one comment here. I'm trying to find it here because they're not actually in order. Okay, hold on. That's not it. Now, some of the women on here were feeling what was being said. And really, I was just asking a question. As to why do women choose violence? Why is this a conversation we can't have, even if it's not had fucked up or nothing like that. Hold on, I'm trying to find this long ass comment. I'm trying to find this long ass fucking comment. I mean, this lady left a damn dissertation. She may have erased it, because I did say I was going to go on here and do this live show. So she may have gotten on here and erased it. She may have erased it. I think she may have. Yeah, she might have ran from it. And that's cool. It's cool if she ran from it. Hold on. Because a lot of people might have erased their comments just due to the fact that I did announce that I was going to be doing this video, and they may not didn't want the exposure. Hold on, let me get past this, all this. And if you do not follow me on Facebook, go ahead and follow me now. The link should be in the description box. Let me pull this down. And of course, yeah, now everybody knows that if you do have this conversation, you're going to get a lot of women angry. And it's almost like if as a man, you can't really have preferences. Women will make it seem as though there is some nice way to say you need to lose some weight. I don't know what that nice way is. You know, it's an assumption that there is a nice way, but I don't know what that nice way is, because I've been talking about this shit for years, and I've never gotten to, well, what's the nice way to say this? How do you wake up on a daily basis? You want to say this to a woman you may be into or something like that. How do you say it nice? I haven't found that way yet. And see, I don't like the order. Facebook always wanting to validate some relevance, like most relevant comments first. Like, who are you to say what's relevant or not? This brother made a great comment. Let me read his comment out, because the brother made one. It says, I don't think women realize men will sleep with pretty much all women. Overweight, underweight, thick, slim, short, tall, dumb, educated, dropout, beautiful face, average face, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to relationships, it's different. I think women need to stop feeling validated just because a dude wants to smash. Huh? You see that? Isn't that facts? Now, how can you get mad at that? Women, because they're getting, a steady dick supply, they will act like, well, I'm all good. I'm good. I don't need to hear what you're talking about. I can't listen to anything that you're saying. I'm all good. I don't need to hear this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. But if you are wanting to date people, then you're going to hear this shit. They're going to tell you what they into. Women are angry whenever you bring this up. And it reminds me, and I made this comment, it reminds me of how short dudes they call it the Napoleon complex. I'm going to call the big girls the Lizzo complex, because we letting them slide. If short dudes got a Napoleon complex, then big girls got a Lizzo complex. Big girls got a Lizzo complex, and we got to deal with that. Because we've seen in this society now, what's happened is that, I'm going to put most relevant, maybe this one. Maybe this one, pull it up. But what's happening is you cannot discuss weight. You can't discuss weight. You can't discuss it at all. Unless you're talking to men. Now, the thing about men about weight is men ain't going to really make no whole lot of excuses. Women are going to have a whole lot more excuses. Women are going to be more triggered by talking about weight, because at the end of the day, they don't want to deal with the fact that weight is a choice. These are options that you're taking. And if you're putting yourself into a dating field, if you're putting yourself into the dating world, then if you're going to run up, say somebody run up on me and say, they trying to fuck with me, and I'd be like, well, I can't really rock with you like that. I'm not into the big girls. I'm not into the big girls. Look at this. Look at this. Paragraphs and stuff of all these excuses. Now this post got over 200 comments. Got over 200 comments. And all the woke shit I be posting or the conscious shit, now it's not going to get all of that. It's not going to get all that. And what people didn't understand was I wasn't even coming at nobody's head. I was just asking a question. This is this lady. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is one comment. That's one comment. Like, you telling me, and this lady was angry, you telling me that you got time to do that. You got time to leave a comment like that. Tell me your whole life story. Right? Your whole life story, which I didn't need. Didn't need that. But you this mad. And she's basically telling women, don't worry about it. People are going to accept you for you. Now imagine a broke man showing up, right? Don't women talk about broke niggas all the time? What are broke niggas told? You need to be making some money. Nobody's going to accept you for you. You need to be making some motherfucking money. Or you really essentially have no value. But when it comes to women, a lot of times, and particularly when we're dealing with this weight, it is, well, somebody going to come along and love you for you. And I'm not saying they won't. Again, I'm not saying that they won't. The question was, why is it that it causes such an issue for a man like me? Say a big girl run up on me, all up in my DMs like, yo, and this has happened to me several times, right? And I'd be like, well, no, you need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't really do anything because you're bringing too much to the table, right? You talking about bringing shit to the table. You're bringing too much to the table. We don't know if we can feed everybody you're bringing, right? We don't know if we can do it. I'm not sexually attracted to big girls. Now, that doesn't mean you don't protect big girls. Or say I seen something happening to a black woman and she big, I'm gonna be like, that bitch big, I'm gonna let her just burn. Like, that's not the case. We're dealing with sexual attraction. Dealing with sexual attraction. And if, yes, you're gonna get you some dick, ladies, you're gonna get you some dick. That's not the issue here. Y'all said that men will fuck anything, and then you'll come out the other side of your mouth and validate you looking in a sloppy way by saying, well, at least I'm getting some dick. That's the thought you had. Well, I'm getting some dick from somewhere, but y'all said men don't fuck anything. That's what y'all said. I didn't even say it. I mean, I've seen some of their work. I'm not saying y'all lying about that shit. These niggas out here be wildin', okay? Like, it is wildin' that takes place, okay? But you cannot sit here and say that men will fuck anything and then you validate your entire being based on the fact that men will fuck you. The fact that we have to go through this and women stay trying to act like they're proud of being big is so problematic. Like, they just proud to be big. And we can't talk about it because they're going to give you that defense mechanism. Oh, I'm proud to be big. I'm big. I know it. I'm proud. It's not laziness. It's not the fact that I don't diet or exercise. It's genetic. My mama and them big too, you know. They is big as hell. So they passed it down to me. What they passed down to you was poor eating habits. Bet you wasn't up with your mama at the gym or nothing, were you? Bet you was going to the nail salon and going with mama to get her hair did, and mama was taking you up to the church. Very highly doubt your mama was up in the gym. Can we be real? Or do we have to lie about shit and act like weight is just some genetic factor that's passed down? It's not. You can do something about weight. Let me show y'all. Again, people were getting mad as fuck at me in these comments. They was going in on me. And if you get a chance, go check it out. But here's what I'm going to show you. Here's what I'm going to show y'all. Because women was mad at me, and I figured y'all need to be mad at the food, because it ain't me. I didn't do nothing to your cholesterol level. I ain't put no pounds on you. If I could just get y'all to be more mad at the situation for what it is, instead of being mad at me for a question as to, you want a fine man. If a man wants a fine woman, he don't got no job, y'all gonna tell him, you might want to get you a job, it could help. So all I'm saying is, well, you might want to lose some weight, it could help. Not saying that it's gonna stop you. A broke man can still get him a woman, all right? Not saying it's gonna stop you, but you can help yourself by losing weight, or at least being conscious of your weight, as opposed to getting defensive, as opposed to making excuses. I wasn't choosing violence when I made that post. Like, I wasn't choosing violence. I didn't do that. I was not choosing violence. This woman gonna say, because Blanche, she had this most serious problem. You like being an asshole, and it's only because you're angry, broken, and bitter. If this was in response to what I said, I'm not obese, but I know what tasteless when I say it. Why I gotta be angry, broken, and bitter for the question I asked? You see what I'm saying? What happens is that big girls like to deflect. They like to deflect, and I'm angry, broken, and bitter. No, I'm okay. Actually, I'm not even upset. I think it's sad that these are the conversations we have to have. Like, why I gotta be mad? I'm not mad. Somebody gonna call me Kevin Samuels Jr. and shit because I'm talking about weight. Let me tell y'all something. Before Kevin Samuels showed up, anybody's been following me know I used to get it in about weight. I stopped doing so much of it because, again, it seemed like I was just running into a brick wall. Look at this. I chose violence, y'all. Look at this. Once violence chose me, I chose it. Did all the butthurt, out of shape women unfriend me and block me yet? Or y'all still eating, scrolling my page, licking your fingers, fucking your phone screen up? Don't they be doing that? Eating all hard and shit. Scrolling, swiping that damn screen, won't wipe that bitch off. Mad at me for what? And then the question becomes, well, what are you doing following this guy? If you feel like this dude is just crazy, what are you doing even following him? Because understand, I wasn't coming from a negative place when I made the comment. I wasn't coming from no negative place. How you want the finest dudes? The finest dudes ain't fucking with big girls like that. Y'all, now, in my comments, they want to say, well, yeah, I've always had me a fine man. Really? The kind of fine that y'all be liking? Them kind of dudes that y'all just be oozing over and shit like that? Them dudes be fucking with you like that? Run down in your inbox? Not saying you can't get you one, but let's just be honest here. Can we? Can we ever? This should be the question. Can we ever just be honest here? Ain't no fine man doing it because a fine man gonna have options. And what's gonna happen if you are the big girl that he fucking with, you gonna be at the bottom of the list, the bottom of the totem pole. I had guys I hung out with when I was in college. They used to fuck with big girls. They like big girls. But guess where she was? She was option 8. Okay? Now she may get her some dick every once in a while, but she was option 8. She was option 8. Now, am I sitting here telling you that big girls don't get married? No. But the fine dudes that women be just falling out over? No. Those dudes aren't showing up like that. Stop lying. We can't have an honest conversation because everybody lying. Hold on, I'm trying to pull this shit back up. We can't have an honest conversation about it because everybody is lying. Listen to this shit. Listen to this comment. Deidre, listen to this shit. Watch this. I seen a lot of small men get with big women. I have to. I don't care nothing. I don't see nothing. Okay, maybe it's I don't care nothing with a big woman going after fit men. I think she's trying to say I don't see nothing wrong with a big woman going after fit men. Now, mind you, I didn't even say the man was fit. I said fine. But either way, if that's what she wants, I feel if a man wants a woman to lose weight, he should work out with her. Why knock a woman for her weight? You never know. That could be the person for you, but you too shallow to see. I think men should build women up, not tear them down. Now imagine you, a woman trying to holler at you and she big, right? And on the surface of that being big, you like, you know what? I'm going to be this woman's personal trainer. We just going to go work out together. Now you don't know this lady. She's just showing an interest in you. You going to just pick up and be her personal trainer? Really? This is what women expect men to do. And if he don't do that, he turn a woman down. A woman who is not self-motivated, why would a man even... you don't know you big? You don't know? Huh? You don't know? I gotta come be your personal trainer now? I gotta help you lose weight? You don't know you big? We up in our damn 30s now and you don't know. You need somebody to come, motivate you. You're not self-motivated at all. What man is going to want to deal with that? Now, y'all don't want to be real about this shit because, again, the world seems to be all about, what women want, their feelings, their emotions, and, all this shit like that. But what man want to want a woman who can't even be self-motivated before he meets her? Who doing that? I gotta be your personal trainer. You want to holler at me, I gotta sign up to go to the gym with you. Huh? Huh? Let a man come to the table with some trash dick. Then what? You think a woman says, you know what, I'm gonna coach this nigga into being great. No, she may give him 2 times, 3 tops. If that motherfucker does not perform without her telling him anything at all, she will cut his ass off. He'll become option A. He'll become the food nigga. Y'all know the food nigga, right? Y'all know the food nigga? Food nigga, he exists. Right? He'll become the food nigga. Let him show up with trash dick 3-4 times in a row. You think I'm gonna coach him? They will cut his ass the fuck off. Justifiably so. I don't think he should be given any excuses or anything like that. Huh? Why should he be given any leeway? Huh? And you know how these big girls love to be like, well, everybody ain't supposed to be skinny. You know how they love doing that shit. There are many different levels between fat and skinny. Are there not? There's some middle ground there, right? They act like there's not. Because they want to say, well, everybody ain't supposed to be skinny. So they sit here and act like there's only skinny and big. If you don't want a big girl, then you must want a skinny bitch. Remember that? Y'all remember that propaganda came out with, remember when Monique was doing that? If you don't want you a big girl, a BBW, then you must want a skinny, a rib showing anorexic hoe. That's all he want. He don't know how to handle no big girl. He want one of them rib touching hoes. Skinny bitches. You know how they was for a while. They still acting like that to this day, right? Like there's a lot of range in between that nobody even factors in. Don't nobody want to deal with that, but you can't tell women, look, you can stand to lose some weight. And when I had a woman on some post, and I don't know where it is, but she asked me, well, Rob, what weight of woman do you like? I don't have an exact weight. You know if your stomach hanging over your pants. Whatever that is. That's too much. It's easy for me. Like I don't have exact numbers because numbers go with height, and she may have all this ass, and I done seen too many women with nice asses but turn around. Ma'am, are you 4 or 5 months? What you gonna name it, right? Have an ass for days, and then some of them don't want to lose weight because they don't want to lose their ass. I done talked to women that say that shit like, what the fuck you mean? You can stand to lose some of the ass. It's gonna be okay. Your stomach though. You don't care? You don't care. But you want you a fine ass nigga. With good dick that's tall. So what you want is a man that got options. You want to be with a man with options, but you don't want to increase your stock value. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, he just like them skinny bitches. That's all. He just want them skinny ones. Them hoes. They ain't gonna feed you right. Ma'am, I don't need to be fed. I imagine if I can start getting fed too much, I'm gonna be looking like you, right? So I don't really want that anyway, right? There are some men who like big women. That's fine. No issue with that. Not an issue in the world with men who like big women. But there are people who don't prefer that. Therefore, you need to be adjusting yourself to the market that you want to be in. Now, if you want to take anything, then cool, do that. The question was about women wanting fine dudes. Fine dudes. Deidre says, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying he could miss out on a good woman. Like, again, I'm not saying that big women aren't good women. We talking about mentally and stuff like that. But there is something in them that's causing them to be big, to wake up and be able to see themselves as big and not have an issue with that and not get their ass in the gym. Right? See, I feel your excuses. No one should want to be unhealthy. Some people don't have self-motivation. But what if he get with a skinny woman? Again, women act like there's no range from skinny and big is all it is. A skinny woman all settled and she gained over time. Should he leave her? Because that happens too. Is you asking me? Yeah, he should be gone. Ain't no, you don't gain 50 pounds overnight. That's something you have to gradually do. Now again, Big women gonna act like they just, this shit fell from the heavens, they gonna act like they just, was walking down the street and just 60 pounds just fell right on their head and they can't shake it. Women like to act like that. Right? Women like to act like it just fell from the sky. Like, I don't know how I got here, but here I am. Take it or leave it. Like, ma'am, you was eating whole cases of ice cream. Remember? Whole buckets of chicken. Remember that time when you... So I know damn well it didn't fall out the sky. And of course, I mean, I'm here in the South and women gonna eat good. But your stomach though. See, that's called your core. Your core cannot be... You can have all the ass, all the legs you want. If your stomach and your core is tight, then you're gonna be alright. Ain't that some bars? If your stomach and core is tight, then you're gonna be alright. This motherfucker gonna tell me if she gained weight over time, yeah, leave her motherfucking ass. Yeah. Just like if a man become broke over time, huh? Just like if a man dick fall off. I done had women tell me that they be married to dudes like that dick fell all the way off. I don't know what happened to that dick, but it's gone now. And my love for him left shortly thereafter. Like, what I'm gonna tell him? Like, yeah, leave his ass. He stopped giving a fuck. He stopped feeling as though he had to compete for you. He stopped feeling as though he had to impress you. Leave his ass. I tell women the same thing. There's no difference to me. If a woman gonna sit there and get with you and then become this big blob sitting there eating all the time, and you trying to tell a baby, hey, slow down a little bit. You don't tell me what to do. I can kill myself if I want to. I don't give a fuck if I become not sexy to you and then make you want to look at all these other hoes out here. I don't give a fuck. That's basically what she's telling you. Because people do get married and do get in relationships and they get complacent. This happens in real life, right? But we can't have these conversations. Women want to make excuses. Oh, they love me like I am. Okay, I didn't say they didn't. They can love you like that you are, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But it is what it is. And there's one girl say, well, why don't they just say they're not interested and keep it moving? People know what they like, and if you out of shape isn't for you, then move on. Why is this even a question? These are the type of deflection mechanisms that happens out here. Just deflections. And I'm going to get to y'all's comments in a minute. Understand that. I'm going to get to y'all's comments. And if y'all got some, big girl caping to do, I'll be here for it. Right? That's what they say now. I'll be here for it. Says, why wouldn't you just say I'm not interested and keep moving? So what women are asking for is, well, if somebody trying to holler at you and there's something you can see physically that you don't like about them, women are saying, well, it's better that you lie. Now, if men take this to heart and use the it's better that you lie method, because men are using this method, understand that this is what men think. This is what men think. It is better if you lie, especially to women, right? But y'all don't like that. Y'all want men to tell y'all the truth. So in one breath, y'all want women to tell you the truth, which is this is the slippery slope of confusion that women be on. This is the delusional mindset here going on. You want men to tell you the truth. You want you an honest man. But if that man tells you the truth, then he shouldn't have told you the truth. He should have known he was going to grant a negative response. How does that work? How does that work? How does that work? Oh, he should just lie. Oh, he should just lie like a motherfucker. And then you're going to be mad that he was lying, won't you? You know what I mean? Married men done told me they done try to tell their woman to lose weight and women just go ham on them. Going ham on them. Going ham. And this is the man that they married to. Like, baby, look, I'm trying to keep my attraction to you strong. And you mad? You gonna be mad about this. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to get to y'all's comments in 1 second. I'm trying to click this thing open here. Because when I tell you, again, y'all follow me, you can go see all the violence they chose. They chose to go in on me about this. They chose to go in on me about this. Question. Why do out of shape women, I ain't even say big women, out of shape women, be wanting the finest dude, but get mad when somebody tell them they need to lose weight. And this just isn't big girls. This is another a confusion thing. I've seen skinnier girls, smaller girls, you know, small arms and shit, and they still got that big ass stomach. Their core still ain't right. Their whole body might not be big, but their stomach is out of pocket, right? We done seen a lot of that, haven't we? Especially if you live in the South, right? We've seen plenty of that. Like, yo, what's up with that stomach? Well, I had a kid 13 years ago and it just stayed on me. I couldn't do nothing. When I know damn well if a woman dedicates herself to working out, I've seen it happen too many times, a man or woman, you dedicate yourself to working out, guess what? Them pounds start falling off. Put the chicken down. Put it down. Yes, I'm talking to you. Put it down. Dedicate your life to the gym like you dedicate your life to KFC, and you will see some changes. Huh? This is real. You will see some changes. Watch this. Now I'm going to play this. Before I get to y'all's comments, I'm going to play y'all's girl real quick. We're going to play Lizzo. And this is what's happening to the society saying people are either fat shaming or people got fat phobias. This is becoming a real talking point that these big women use when they feel offended. This is a real talking point. Let me play y'all this video real quick. Look at Lizzo, that captain. I'm going to call Lizzo that captain. Hold on. Let me make this bigger. Hold on. That ain't right. I ain't do that right. Hold on.
Raise your hand if you want to ask, because this is giving me...
I'm going to pause it before we get into it. Here's a question. Apparently we having philosophical discussions. The question was, would you wake up and want to be somebody fat? Okay? Now we're going to hear directly from the spokesperson for big women all over the world right now, Miss Lizzo. Listen to what she says. And this is the only time I'm going to even be, as we deal with wokeness, I'm going to be a little woke right here because what she says is so disgusting that we understand where this mentality is coming from, and big women are running with this mentality. Okay? The question is again, would you wake up as somebody who got a little weight on them? Watch this. Watch this shit. Listen to the spokesman. Or spokeswoman, rather. Watch this. Listen to Lizzo.
Would you wake up and trade places with somebody who was on the heavier side?
I'm glad she asked, because this is giving me very much when that sociologist, Dr. Jane, asked that room full of white people, raise your hand if you want to be treated like how black people are treated in this country.
I'm going to pause it down. She's talking about Jane Elliott when she did that, what she did in the social experiment, when she asked white people, do they want to be black? Do they want to wake up as black folk? This is what Lizzo is using Jane Elliott's study. This is what she's talking about. Listen to her.
How black people are treated in this country. Or raise your hand if you would wake up and be black tomorrow. And nobody raised their hand. And that's because they know that there's some systemic bullshit that happens to black people that does not happen to them and will never happen to white people. So, yes, if I asked you right now, have you been shamed? Yes, you've been through a lot. Yes, it sucks being a person in this society because we have to go through so much to love ourselves. But would you switch places with a fat person's body tomorrow? You would not, because you know that there's a whole system that oppresses fat people that...
Hold on, we're going to play it again. She says, no, you would not switch with a person, with a big person. There's a whole system out here that oppresses big people. Huh? I'm going to go back so I can hear her say it again. There is an entire system out here that oppresses fat people. Let me see, let me go back. We're going to hear her say it again. Make sure I'm not, because I'm not misquoting her. Listen to what she said. A whole system.
We have to go through so much to love ourselves. But would you switch places with a fat person's body tomorrow? You would not, because you know that there's a whole system that oppresses fat people that...
What? The reason I wouldn't switch bodies with a big person tomorrow is I don't want to breathe hard going up the stairs. It's not about a system that oppresses big people. Lizzo, you bitch. That has nothing to do with anything as to why I wouldn't want to switch bodies with a big person because, oh, the system is on them heavy. Like, they won't let them in the gym. They stopping them from getting in the gym. The only place they can go is Golden Corral. They won't let them in nowhere else. What? Huh? Bitch, are you crazy? There's a system. I'm going to play this shit again. I'm going to go back. Y'all listen to this bit. A system? That ain't why I wouldn't want to switch with bodies with no big person.
Love ourselves. But would you switch places with a fat person's body tomorrow? You would not, because you know that there's a whole system that oppresses fat people that you do not experience and that you will never experience. So let's remember, body positivity, yes, we want to end harassment and shame, but we also are working to dismantle a system that oppresses fat people.
What? We're working to dismantle a system that's oppressing fat people? Stop going to the restaurant. Nobody's making you go. There's no system out here oppressing you. And you compare that to what black people go through in this country. Let me tell y'all black people something. Again, this is just my little woke moment. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody gets to put their struggle. We watch the homosexuals do it. We watch them do it. Everybody gets to pair their struggles with black folk. It's the same thing. It's a system. We watch homosexuals do it. We watch other races of people do it. And now, in a Hail Mary, big folk doing it now. Are you serious? This is the mentality we're fighting against. So, if you want to tell me we can't talk about weight, we can't mention that. Not talking about it, making it seem like somebody's making people be big, is the reason we got here. This is how we got to Lizzo right now. This is how we got here.
You would not, because you know that there's a whole system that oppresses fat people that you do not experience and that you will never experience.
No. You think the reason I don't want to be big is because of a system? Huh? This is what she's saying. This is what big people now, and if you look at in the comments on this shit, you had big people clapping this up. And if you look at the comments on the post I made, that's basically what they're saying. Oh, I can't help it. Y'all need to stop shaming big people. It's fat shaming. Because this society different now. Because back when I used to talk about weight, some of y'all know I was doing it. Again, before Kevin Samuel showed up and told bitches they was big like that, I was doing this shit. And it was just as cutthroat. Just as women don't want to hear that shit. Now, I had some women that used to watch my stuff that they were motivated by me to actually go work out. They didn't look at their stomach and choose violence. They looked at their stomach and chose to get to work. And I love those type of women. Shout out to those type of women if you on in the live right now. Don't look at your stomach and choose violence against me. I didn't put it there. Don't sit here and tell me you proud to be big, because I know you're not. Don't sit here and tell me, well, we dealing with a system of oppression, because you're not. Why would you make that false equivalency, especially as a black person? That makes Lizzo anti-black. That makes her a fucking race traitor. Now, I didn't like this 3-neck, 4-stomach having hope to begin with. But it didn't have nothing to do with her weight. I didn't like the way she presents herself. I don't like the way she presents her goddamn self. But now, if I see you as a fucking race traitor, now I loathe you. Now I have a specific contempt for you. Now. You see? That's how quick that shit can happen. Okay, go ahead and come out here and be anti-black. Now, motherfucker, I don't fuck with you at all, any type of way. And I don't even feel like I need to talk nice about you or nothing. Because now you just trash. Now you sitting out here telling big people. Because again, she's not just telling this to big black people. These are big white people going to hear the same shit and be like, you know what? I am oppressed. It's like, just like them blacks. We all oppressed. No, Susan, bitch. You got 4 stomachs. When you sit down, you open your leg, your shit is sitting in your motherfucking lap. Huh? But Lizzo is paving the way for bitches to sit around and say that there's a system of oppression very similar, exactly the same as what black folk go through. Like, I can wake up and just take off my black. I can go up to the gym, get me a Planet Fitness membership, get on that treadmill up there and just shed my black away. Now, I would argue that black folk would love to be able to do that. The kind of coons we got out here. If you can go work black off, black folk will be all up at the goddamn gym every day. Huh? If you could run that off, put you on one of them trash bags and run. Oh, black folk will be doing that shit every goddamn day. You can't run black off. You can't diet black off. But you can diet and exercise that weight off unless Very specifically, you have a medical condition that prevents you from doing so. Unless that. How are we letting the mentality where we can't say nothing to big people, but they getting so far gone now that they're going to compare their struggle to black folk? Are you serious, Lizzo? And now I got contempt for you. And anybody who thinks like you, any big woman going to be like, yeah, I kind of see what she's saying. I feel that oppression. No. No, you don't feel no oppression. You can walk around big as fuck. In the summertime, we suffer. Actually, the people who have to look at what you put on in the summertime, a lot of y'all, not saying all big girls act like this, but a lot of big girls come summertime, we the ones that get oppressed. I got to turn my head, cover my baby's eyes, like I don't know why they came out the house like that. I think the concept was yoga pants, but they got lost. Them pants got lost. With the cutoff of the short Daisy Dukes. Y'all see Lizzo do it all the time. You oppressing me. Now I got to explain why the fuck you would be this size coming out the house like this. You couldn't wear, appropriate clothes for your motherfucking self. I'm oppressed. Huh? I'm oppressed. I wasn't going to say shit to you, but you wore that. Now I got to say something to you because maybe you didn't know. You see? I'm oppressed. Wanted to go to the beach, didn't I? I wanted to go. Get down there, you there. Now I got to explain this two-piece and why did it happen. I was trying to make it do this shit. I'm not trying to laugh, but why did this happen? Explain the thought process. Well, I'm big and proud. Like, it looks bad. It don't look good. And I don't understand your thought process behind this. And then when I'm having this conversation, now understand that men aren't necessarily in shape. Let's take this quick left, right? It doesn't mean that men are necessarily in shape, but men take criticism a lot better. Can we be honest or we can't? Well, y'all let me know how we feeling today. Because if we can be honest, men take it better. I tell men all the time, and this is in real life, like, bruh, men don't try to laugh out, yeah, I got this gut, man, and all them beers, they'll laugh and shit. Like, motherfucker, this is not funny. Because y'all know I drive trucks. So I see out of shape men all the time. And if the conversation comes up as to what happens to them, and they'll try to blame shit like, well, I've been driving for years and the truck stopped food. Like, motherfucker, nobody told you to eat that. I don't want to hear that. Huh? You got titties now. You see? But men can take that criticism better. They're not going to start no whole campaign. Like, yeah, I didn't need to get my ass in the gym, man. I done had some motherfucking men that could have chose violence against me. Right in my face. They could have chose violence. Because I tell them I'm not the one that's going to sugarcoat anything. In particular, when men start talking to me about their relationship issues, and I'll start asking them, well, have you always been this size? That's one of my first questions. When they're not getting the pussy they think they deserve, like, sir, she can't find your dick no more. You think she want to send a goddamn search party out every night? Huh? She can't find your dick no more. So you telling me you expecting her to get on her knees, lift this shit up like she doing a goddamn, raising the roof to try to find your dick. And you don't know why shit might have fell off a little bit. You don't know why you're not getting the love you was once getting. You don't know why the sexiness or the passion them fell off. It happens. That's what happens. Huh? She lost sight of your dick. Now, I could tell a man that to his face. And I can see in his head, he like, damn, that motherfucker telling the truth. So I can't be but so mad because I have to think about the fact that, well, I did, my dick's now Waldo. Remember Waldo? I done turned my dick into Waldo. And she may not have time for that. I wasn't always this size. I mean, I see some of the biggest male in this truck driving field. Like, how the fuck do you, Like, look at you. You get out your truck, the wheel, you can see the motherfucking air. The truck will take a deep breath like, whew. If you get out your car and I can visibly see your car go, whew, then there's a problem. If you get out of a big ass truck, you come down them steps and that truck go, whew, man, I thought that motherfucker would never get out and get gas. I'm about to die in this motherfucker. If that's what's happening, you cannot sit here and act like you don't notice that. You heard that truck. You heard that car. You in a goddamn Honda Accord. That motherfucker about to die, leaned over. Whew. Man, I thought your ass would never. Like, you didn't used to be this big. Remember when you first got me? What done happened to you? There's no way you can deal, but men deal with getting this information a little better. They're gonna deal with it a little better. Now, they may end up being like, look, I'm still not gonna do nothing about what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you that you're not lying. At least they'll be honest with me. I'm not gonna do nothing about what you're talking about. And I'll even see dudes with, leaner, skinny dudes or skinnier dudes with these big ass pregnant stomachs talking about some damn liquor and beer. You couldn't help yourself. I got to have me a drink. What you mean? And then you want to sit here and bite your lip at every pretty, beautiful woman that walk by you. She not trying to fuck with you like that unless you paying. Can we be honest? Unless you paying, she may fuck with you. She may do that heavy work, lift your stomach up, find your dick every night if you paying, right? Right? Ain't nobody trying to do that for love. Like, y'all be killing me with that shit. Like, if you love somebody, then you tell them like, hey, that's love to me. No. Ain't that how you treat your babies and stuff? You love your kids? No. You're not doing that. That's what love is. Y'all got love as, well, accept me as I am. No. That's not how it works. Because the attraction may change. You get complacent. You put on all this weight. No. Right? And you can't pray it off. You got to put in the work. It is very easy to sit around, lay around, and eat food. Ain't no work that happening in that. No work need to be done. Y'all's queen here, her name on Instagram is Lizzo Be Eating. Okay. Then when I tell you that you fat, you can't come up with an excuse because you done told me you be eating and you won't stop. You be eating, you won't stop. You can pray to your Jesus all day. He not going to take it up off you. You're going to have to do the work, and the work is hard, and the work don't come quick. That's a problem. A lot of times, people will start working off. In 2 weeks, they've spent 20 years getting themselves to this size. Slowly but surely. We'll work out for 2 weeks and be like, man, that shit don't work. What you mean it don't work? You don't work. You don't want to put the work in. Say that. Say, I don't want to work. Be honest about it. If you're a big girl and you know that you're not willing to put the work in. So I'm not gonna do the work, so motherfucker gonna have to accept me as I am. Right? Say that. Don't say that working out don't work. Don't say that dieting don't work. Again, you may have to adjust your diet and your workout to fit what you need, but don't sit here and do it for 3-4 days and be like, whoo, I can't. No, them people is lying. All of them getting surgery. Ain't no such thing as working out. You'll see bitches say shit like that. Ain't no such thing as working out. Them bitches, all of them getting surgery. That's a lie. They're not all getting surgery. They're not all getting surgery. Not saying some of them ain't. Not saying surgery ain't a big thing. The lipos and all that shit. It's a big thing. But they are working. There's people that can work out and lose weight. It's possible. Women will act like it's impossible. That bitch has done she had a surgery. She lying. Like every bitch that work out is lying now. Really? That's what you say to stop yourself from doing the work? And I'm supposed to look at you like, well, yeah, I would love to be with a woman who's not even willing to work for herself. Not even willing to keep her body up. Not even willing to do the diet and exercise. Like, just diet a little something. Stop drinking the sodas. You can lose a lot of weight just cutting out in the carbohydrate, those sodas, anything with carbohydrates in it like that, heavy. Like, just stop drinking that shit. Put the soda down. You don't need Pepsi. You don't have to. I heard motherfuckers like, I can't eat without soda. So you're going to kill yourself twice. And then act like you couldn't help it. Like, I woke up like this. I don't know what had happened. Those 1,000 gallons of soda you done drunk your whole life, and then you don't know where it went or where it came from. The weight just dropped on you. You was tricked into it, wasn't you? Huh? Cut the soda back first. Drink water with your meals. Like, it's stuff that you can do to work to be in that direction, but everybody want to get mad and act like, well, I'm proud to be this big. Like, you could wake up in the morning and choose to have the body of, say, you know, a Meg or a Beyonce or some of these bitches. You wouldn't choose that? You so proud that if you could just really, if prayer was real, you would pray to be big? That's what you telling me? And I'm supposed to believe that because you angry in my comments? Because you mad? I'm supposed to believe that you want to look like this. That's the defense mechanism that you come. Oh, I'm proud to be this big. Lady, I can hear you breathing through the computer. Cheeto dust all over your goddamn hands. Nigga, you don't know my life and how hard it is. Ma'am. Really? That's what we doing? You couldn't help but be here? You've always been big. I've seen people that was big when they was young go ahead and make the changeover. So go ahead and start working out. Get it out the way. Instead of acting like they just inherited obesity from, you know. And again, a lot of people that say, well, you just using them European beauty standards. No, I'm using the fact that I can see your stomach from across the street. Nobody's telling you, has nothing to do, and black women love to say that shit, well, y'all just on them European eyes, you know, like, it's the European beauty standard. I'm like, ma'am, I can see your stomachs from across the street. I don't need a European, there's nothing European about that. I can see him from across the way, though. You see? Your back arm is overlapping your elbow. You done lost the elbow, remember? What day was it when you did that? Nothing about European standards. We're not talking about these skinny, pasty-ass anorexic hoes. Black women are, you know, naturally their bodies are different. You're going to be thick. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that I'm using European beauty standards. And that's what I'm judging you off of. No. It's the fupa, ma'am. Ain't that what they call it? You didn't take time to do anything about that, and you kept eating. It's that. So why choose violence against me? Because I recognize that, and if you come try to talk to me, I'm going to say, well, no, I'm good. You can stand to lose some weight. And I don't know if the nice way to say it. Is there a nice way, y'all? Is there a nice way to tell somebody you need to lose some weight? Because that's what it's these nicety politics. Big people are like, y'all don't motivate us right. Like, the fact that I got to motivate you at all is already problematic. Y'all won't say it right to us. Y'all just be laughing and pointing and talking all this shit, and you don't know my struggle. You know, they love doing that, getting that sympathy shit. You don't know what I've been through. Yes, I do. I know exactly what you've been through. Soda, chicken, French fries, burgers, hot dog. I know what you've been through. I saw you. I was there. Remember? 2 plates. You was full after the first one, but you couldn't. You had to eat that second one and some dessert. I know exactly what you've been through. Yeah, I was around the same food you was. I just chose to say nah. Because people be like, well, man, you a smaller guy. You can't be sitting here talking all this shit. You small. My family is not small. No. My family ain't no small family. But I decided a long time ago, I'm not going to be big. I'm not going to sit here and eat myself into bigness. Not going to happen. My family ain't small. And the small ones got these pregnant ass stomachs. I chose against that. Right? So I know what you've been through. I'm telling you to stop going through it. You don't have to eat like that. You was full 4 plates ago. You just didn't stop to eat. Or you didn't stop eating. You was full after a plate. But you had to keep going. Turn into a goddamn competition. That's what people do. You don't have to eat all that. And the pie and the cake. Like what? And the ice cream. And the goddamn donuts and all this little silly ass shit. You don't have to do all of that. Eat until you can't move. Just on your back breathing. I'm full as hell. Why do you have to wait until you full as hell? You can stop a lot. There's a lot you can stop before that. I can't even move. And then you taking your ass to sleep. They call that the itis. You don't know what I've been through. I do. I was there. I've been watching you all my life. I know exactly what you've been through. But you expected me to talk softly to you, to tell you it's okay. You gonna eat 10 plates, and some of y'all saying it, and then get a diet drink. Truck drivers be killing me with that shit. Stomach in they lap, drinking Diet Cokes. Like, what the fuck? Still not water, motherfucker. What are you doing? Food addiction is real. Somebody talking about food addiction. Let me tell you what's funny. Let me tell you what's funny about people using the food addiction excuse. Because I understand that food addiction is real. But so are mirrors. You see? So are mirrors. It's almost like when people try to get me to understand why somebody has to smoke crack. And I always be like, well, how many teeth you gotta lose? Because I can sympathize up into a certain degree. Because I live on the same earth you do. And all it took me was one crackhead. To see how they get down. I watched them stagger around begging for money, offering sexual favors that ain't nobody gonna really take unless, some of these dope boys was crazy back in the day. But your teeth gone, lips white. We see depictions of crackheads on TV, so you can tell me, well, crack is addictive, man. You can say that to me, and I can say, well, yeah, I'm not saying it's not. But I grew up around crack too. I grew up around the same food too. I live in the South. My mama and them can cook. Both sides of my family can cook. So I grew up around the same foods you did. Same Kool-Aid, soda, fried this, fried that. Same food you grew up around. But I made a decision. So I'm not going to let you tell me, well, I can't help it. And if you are going to tell me this, you're not going to make me seem like something wrong with me by telling you that you big. That's the problem. You can, motherfucking say, oh, yeah, I got food addiction. It is what it is. Okay? But don't make it seem like something wrong with me because I noticed that you big. And I know that if you work out, you won't be. Don't turn me into the problem. Don't tell me I got a phobia. Say I have an addiction. See, the problem is how we say things. Don't tell me. Don't look at me and point to me and act like I'm victimizing you or I'm making fun of you. No, I'm making an observation. What you need to say is, you know what? Honestly, I have a food addiction. Why don't people just say that? Huh? If that's what it is. Say, I got a food addiction. I'm not taking my ass up to no gym. It looks tiring. I look at a gym and oh, Lord. I can't even look at one for a long time, be honest with you. I can respect an honest person. What I can't respect are these motherfuckers out here acting like they are not only proud to be big, they feel as though they have top sexual vibe to them, or people supposed to want them sexually like that. I have a problem with the delusion. I got a problem with that. Same way the society want me to tell a man that he a woman, is the same way the society is telling me I gotta tell somebody that you not fat, you thick. No. I won't do it. Y'all remember? I used to make those videos. Remember that? I'm not gonna fall into your delusion of telling you that you just thick a little bit. Oh, girl, don't worry about that. You just thick. No, you're not thick. You fat. And if you can admit that you got a food addiction, admit that you too lazy to take your ass to the gym, you don't have the discipline to be on a diet, then you make those statements and I'll say word. But what you're not going to do is act like something wrong with me and try to convince me that you happy you woke up like that when you know damn well if your heavenly father could just send you a body, you'll swap that bitch out tomorrow. Sure will. Take that bitch down to the altar and let pastor lay hands on your ass and let a pastor lay a hand on a big woman and she wake up with a whole new, they pass out and she wake up with a whole new body. Like, no, Lord, I want to be fat again. Where? Who? Why do you have to lie to me? Because you create these defense mechanisms to justify your laziness. You ain't got to lie to me. You don't have to try to convince me that you feel good. Huh? That you happy about that? Oh, Lord, I just take this body back. I want to be big again. I love breathing hard walking up the stairs. I miss that. And also, just because you small don't mean that don't mean that you're necessarily healthy. A lot of truck drivers out here, and again, I use truck driver because that's the industry I'm in right now. If you're a truck driver, you got to get a medical card. Some of y'all may be familiar with that. If you drive trucks or know somebody to do, you have to have a medical card. You have to go through a physical. They have to take your blood pressure and all this shit, and you have to pass that either every year or every 2 years. It depends on who's doing it, right? Some people have to get on high blood pressure medication. All those people aren't big people. There are people that are small that have to get on that high blood pressure medication. And they have to take that to maintain their blood pressure because they won't put the salt down. Even skinny folk, right? They won't put the salt down, won't stop drinking the liquor and the beer and all this shit they do into their bodies. Fried chicken, same thing as the big folk. But even skinny people may not necessarily be healthy. Now, I just had to redo my medical card. I did my 2-year medical card. I'm fine. I'm okay. All right? Got me a 2-year. They checked my eyes and everything. I'm all good. Blood pressure not high. Even smoking can cause your blood pressure to be high too. Some of y'all smokers out here that might not even know that. It can cause your blood pressure to read high as well. And that's a fair argument for big people to say, you know what? You skinny motherfuckers ain't healthy either. You can make that argument. But you have to say either. You can't make the skinny people who aren't healthy your justification for being this big and non-healthy. You don't get to use that as a deflection mechanism. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. You don't get to use poor health as an excuse to be this big. Yo, they got shows out here, My 600-Pound Life and all this shit. Like you wonder, like, how the fuck could anybody possibly? But then you watch them, and you'll see whole pizzas to the face, large pizzas straight to the face. How does that happen? No discipline, and typically people that's that big, everybody around them enables them. It's almost like the equivalent of somebody being on crack and their whole family just buying crack for them every week. Boy, you look good. Them teeth? You didn't need them teeth. What they say? You look good as hell without them teeth. Let me see. Yeah. Boy, you look good. I don't know what they talking about. This is what people family do. Girl, you look good. Boy, no, they crazy. I don't know what you don't need to lose no weight. You look better big. Ain't black people crazy? They'll tell somebody you look better big. I liked it better when you had 3-4 chins underneath your 3-4 chins right there. I like that better. You look, girl. I don't know what them people talking about. Huh? You tell a crackhead boy fuck them teeth. Titting the bitch is overrated. People don't know what they're talking about. This society, they always trying to force their opinions on other people. You don't need no teeth. Don't you worry about that. You smoke the rest of them out. What the hell are they talking about? This is what people's families do. The people that love them, this is what they do for them. Don't you worry about it. You look good. Watching this motherfucker gain 100 goddamn pounds in 3-4 years, and you gonna tell them they still look good. That's what your family will do. Well, she got it honest. No, you fed and enabled her to act like this shit was okay. And gave her all the defense mechanisms she needs or he needs to continue to be big. And then when something happened to him, here y'all to enable this motherfucker. Now they get type 2 or something. Then, I don't know how that happened. That running our family too. You know diabetes running our family. No, it don't. Soda do. Chicken does. Not diabetes. Not saying you may not be more likely to get it, but it don't run in your family. The diet does. Everybody enabling you does. You was sitting in a family dinner, y'all having competition for who can eat the most. That type of shit does. I'm trying to eat till I can't move no more. That runs in your family. Up around Thanksgiving and Christmas and them, y'all know about them, right? And black people have a tendency to cook on every holiday that we have in America. America is the most obese country in the world. Every holiday comes with a meal. Whether it's on the grill or in the stove. It comes with a meal. That's what runs in your family. That's a part of the tradition. I've been here. I know what runs in your family. You're not going to tell me diabetes do. Because you can break that right now. Eat more vegetables. And collard greens don't always count. Ain't black folk crazy? That collard greens and cabbage, I mean, you can eat it. But you done put a whole ham hock in the goddamn for the flavor. That's where we get the flavor from the ham hock. I'm going to throw a whole ham hock in the greens. And, vinegar and salt and hot sauce. And like, they're not greens no more at that point. Right? They're not greens no more. You done cooked them with a whole pig in the goddamn pot with them. I was there. It's not like I don't understand. I just don't like the excuses because I watched what happens to us. Because black folk love to brag about seasoning their food. And a lot of that seasoning come from seasoning with other meats and other fats and things like that. It's just fatty. You can brag about it. Not nothing wrong with black folk can throw down in the kitchen. But you threw a whole goddamn pork shoulders and shit. You know, shit in my family like to eat goddamn pork shoulders and shit. Like, what the fuck? A whole shoulder? You gonna eat that? I don't know if y'all from where I'm from. My family, they'll say shit like, well, yeah, we're gonna cook a pork shoulder tonight. They don't feel nothing about it. They say that with a straight face. They serious. And it's gonna be good when they cook it too. Oh yeah, we're gonna put that pork shoulder. Now you gonna eat the pig, the shoulder too? You gonna eat all that? Okay, y'all. Okay. Now we look at we see the shape that pigs are in, but you gonna eat his shoulder. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. No. As I was coming out, I said, no, we not. You're not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be that. I made that decision to not be that. Not gonna eat like that. Gonna drink this water. You see what I'm saying? We can come up with all the excuses we want to. But big people are adopting and coming up with this delusion that somehow society is oppressing them by simply saying, ma'am, you're big, not thick. You're big. Am I sitting here saying that big girls are ugly? Y'all ain't heard me say it not one time on here, have you? Because some of them will come in projecting. They'll be like, well, shit, big girls ain't ugly. You sit here and act like they... No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying big girls are big. Like, to me, it's just simple. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that I haven't seen some very beautiful big women. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if they go to take off their clothes, I can't just stare at their face. So I can't do nothing with it, right? I can't. I cannot feel like I'm laying on a waterbed when I get in that pussy. No, I can't feel like that. I can't feel like that's not sexy to me. I'm not saying this lady's face ain't pretty. I'm saying I'm not trying to feel like I'm laying on a waterbed. And that should be okay. It should be no problem. Okay, this nigga ain't trying to get this waterbed. Okay, well, fuck this nigga then. Hell. Fuck him then. And okay, cool. If you want to treat me like that, I'm fine with that, right? But I'm not into that. Not saying your pussy trash. I won't even say nothing like that. Because from what I understand, they say big girls got that. From what I understand, they say they got it. They producing more estrogen or something down there. I heard it be weird as fuck, right? I would argue it's probably some of that grease off that meat they be eating coming out that pussy. But, Yeah. But from what I understand, it be wet, okay? And I heard when they give you head, you can't feel no. And this, I can actually attest to this, cause I done got some head from a big girl. And when I tell you, you can't feel, it feel like it's just like everything in there is just is cushy, okay? It's real cushy. Like you just done, like you wrapping your dick in some, some of that 500 count. It's like that. That's what a big girl mouth feel like. Now, when I got this, me and this big girl, cause I told her, and I was honest. This is when I was in college too. My homeboy. This was me taking the L for the team. He wanted to fuck with the homegirl. And this big girl was sitting here like, man, I've been trying to fuck with you for years. And I said, ma'am, listen. I can't have sex with you at all. It's impossible for me. But you can suck my dick if you... Because I heard y'all was... And she was like, hell yeah. I would love to do that. And she did it with such enthusiasm. I was impressed by the enthusiasm. Now... I ain't about to hit it. Matter of fact, don't even take off your clothes. Don't worry about that. You leave all that on. I just wanted to see. I did. Now I know this is true. This is real life. Like it's cushy, boy. They won't knock them. I'm not saying they're terrible at sex. I'm not saying they ugly. I'm not saying they head or nothing. I'm not doing none of that. But they'll come in and act like you doing it. No, I ain't doing that because I done had some head from one, and it's heavy. It was heavy. I mean, I was in college. I remember that shit to this day. Yeah, I remember that shit to this day. Took the L for the team. I didn't take the full L. I took like a lowercase L. Because I ain't do it. I ain't hit it or nothing like that. Swallowed and everything. She didn't not shy away from it either. I was like, well, this is plush. This is nice. When I'm like, this is nice. I had no idea because I would never, before that, it wasn't even going to be that. Like, this is nice. It really is. But I couldn't hit that shit. Because I know I'm not a waterbed lover. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. And she didn't even act offended about it. So this ain't no hating shit. I hate it. We can't even have the conversations. Women will act like you hate them. Like like you become a terrorist organization against them or something. It's not no hating shit. These are just facts. You are big. Stop acting like you happy to be big. Stop acting like you don't know how you got there. Stop acting like it just fell out of the motherfucking sky. And stop acting like you happy about it. And stop acting like just because I say that I'm not into that you mad. Don't be mad. You getting dick, right? If that's what life is all about, getting dick, If life is all about getting dick, you getting dick. And from what I understand, your pussy is crazy, right? Okay, cool. Everything should be fine. Why are you mad then? You know why you mad? Because you know I'm telling the fucking truth. That's why. You mad because when I say you lazy as fuck, you know damn well you ain't been to the gym either all your life or you ain't been in forever. You know you haven't. So now you mad at me. Because I said I know damn well you ain't been to no gym. Now you gonna take your anger out on me. Because I told the truth on you. And you don't want to hear that. I know how you eating. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear nothing about that. Ma'am, put some fucking clothes on. It's summertime. I know it's hot. Man, you don't look good in that two-piece bathing suit. You don't. But you mad because I'm telling the truth. You mad about that. That ain't, no, you don't, you're not choosing that. That's not what you really, really want. You mad at me because I'm telling the truth. That's why you upset. And that's why you come up with all these defense mechanisms. This is why y'all come up with all this in this society now, fat shaming and all this shit. Y'all come up with all this stuff. You got Lizzo sitting here talking about they are as oppressed as black people. It's the same thing. There's a system out here. No. There is no system out here. It's you. It's you. And you don't like hearing me say that, but I'm going to tell you the motherfucking truth if I ain't going to do nothing else. I'm not about to sit here and lie to you. Some people do have medical conditions. It's like 7 of them. Like, can we be real? Don't you hate when people start talking about medical conditions like you? But that ain't your story. That ain't you. Lady, that is not your story. I understand there are people with medical conditions, but I swear it's probably about 15 people. Rest of y'all, bullshit. Lazy, love to eat, and love to go to sleep right after you do. And hate water. Can't stand it. Don't even like the taste of water. Shit bothers you. I done seen motherfuckers drink water like it was like they was taking a shot. Like, ugh, I just can't stand. Like, Like it's hard liquor or something. Like what the fuck is wrong? Like you don't see something wrong with that? You sitting here, it's water now. You drinking this shit like it's making that nasty, ugly ass face like it's hard liquor or something. Like you drinking some goddamn tequila or some shit. Like what this water? You hate it? It don't taste like nothing. Everything that does is killing you. Do you care? Or are you only gonna care when I come tell you this? Or are you only gonna be mad when I come tell you this? Because you're not mad at the food. I made a post like that the other day. I said, if motherfucker get mad at the food, and then maybe they leave that shit alone. Boycott the food. It don't taste like nothing. Like what? Water don't taste like nothing. This is the problem people got with it. Like, are you serious? The rest of the shit is killing you softly. But water don't taste like nothing, so you ain't fucking with that. You see what I'm saying? In Black Folk House, y'all know we came up with it, sweet tea, Kool-Aid, remember? Sweet tea, Kool-Aid, and soda. That's it. That's what it was. That was normal. I mean, you got kids out here. People get their kids. Y'all say that food is an addiction. Let me show you how you put your kids on it. Can you imagine giving your kid crack? Cocaine now. We're talking about cocaine. Crack cocaine. Can you imagine giving your kid that? Because as much as we say food is an addiction, and again, I believe it is, but look how early we start our kids on it. Sodas. I mean, kids drinking sodas with every meal. Up at all the fast food restaurants, drinking sodas and shit with every meal. So look how early we get our kids addicted to this lifestyle. And we don't want to acknowledge that we're doing this. We don't want to say that we're doing it. We'll say, well, it runs in our family. I know it does. I know exactly how it's passed down. And you're not going to admit it. You're going to be mad at me for telling you that I know. But I grew up around us. I know some of the meals that I see kids out here all the time. Big large ass Sprites. And y'all know the largest now is goddamn gallons of soda they're giving you at these places. And y'all wonder why some of this shit be out sometime. Like these motherfuckers giving you a gallon of soda. Cups, the largest didn't used to be this large. So they have a vested interest in keeping you big and keeping you on it. And the you know, you go get some shit supersized or whatever. Them bitches is huge. Take a gallon of soda with you on the way out. See you tomorrow. You know. They already got an agreement, an arrangement with you. This is reality though. But I'm supposed to ignore this reality, act like you just got big, you just came out of the womb and was, you know, predisposed to being big. The weight just fell out of the fucking sky. I'm not doing that with y'all. And you can be as mad with me as you want to about it. You can act like you proud, but I'm telling y'all, you can act like men just gonna want you anyway. The type of men some of y'all want. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get you a man, but the type of man some of y'all want. Y'all be wanting some of these, you know, these runway face niggas, you know. Runway face dudes, you wanting some of them, and but you not want to do the work. You don't want to hear you need to lose weight. You don't want to compete with the women that's gonna be coming for this man. You don't want to do no competition whatsoever. You want to get mad now like you're being wronged. It's even mentioned. Your husband ain't fucking you like that no more? Is he having to search for your pussy now? Could be a problem. Could turn him off, right? Because people done told me they true stories. Passion and romance leave everybody get complacent. Y'all want to act like, well, you can just love through stuff. No, you can't. And stop lying about it. If you turned off, if people be married as hell and end up getting turned off from each other because they're not physically attracted to each other no more. You don't love through that. Now, if y'all gonna be big together, cool. Cool, that's y'all want to do that, be big together. I done seen couples work out together though too. But if y'all want to be big together, cool, that's y'all's thing. But if one person keeping that shit together and the other person is falling off, those are grounds for divorce to me. You can talk shit about me all you want to. I don't care what you say. Those are grounds. Those are grounds. Because if you want somebody to stay faithful to you, a part of that is them being sexually attracted to you. If you don't want their eyes to wander, as they say, you can at least try. And you may not be the baddest motherfucker or the finest nigga or the baddest woman out here. You may not be the finest or the baddest, but you ain't letting yourself just go. Just because you've been married for a while. You don't do that. And then when you end up somebody looking at somebody else or fucking with somebody else, well, then that's grounds for divorce. I was talking to a dude. I was out in Alabama. Some of y'all that follow me know I was out in Alabama. And I had to go to this orientation out there. This was, again, where I got my medical card and everything. So, you know, and talking to the trainer down there, the orientation trainer, he was talking about his wife. And you'll hear guys that talk about their wives a lot like this. He talked about how she's let herself go. How she used to look before they got married. She let herself go. And of course, I'm always going to ask the question, well, do you look the same? You know, I got to ask that question because I like to keep people honest if they're going to start telling me about their whole life. I want to keep people honest. I'm not going to hear your side. Now, I hear your side, but let me hear what she might be thinking too, right? Whether it's man or women, I do the thing on both sides. And he's going in talking about how she done fell off and, you know, she just don't look as good to him and all this shit like that. And I asked him, well, have you done picked up some, because his stomach, he was one of them dudes that body wasn't big. I'm like, your stomach ain't exactly small. I know damn well you didn't come out of high school like that. And he thought that shit was funny. He laughed. He's like, yeah, I done put on some pounds too. You know, I said, well, wouldn't it be fair for you to acknowledge that and then y'all just get to work together? I mean, wouldn't that be fair? Because again, in that situation, it's fair. You know you don't look like you're supposed to look either. And a lot of times men will do this. You don't look like you're supposed to look, but then you sitting here complaining about how your woman look. You can't do that. You know you done put on a cool 30. Cool 30. And because all he was talking about was, man, the bar. Doing all this drinking. Y'all love y'all some fucking beer. You know you done put on a cool 30. Now she might have put on a cool 50 because she had some kids right there. So that extra 20 came from that. But y'all put on the same 30. So you can't judge her but so harshly because she got to add kids in there. Now again, kids is not an excuse. Them motherfuckers is driving now and you still keep flashing back to the time you had them. That's bullshit. That's trash. Okay? But if you going to be with somebody and you know you put on a cool 30, she put on a cool 50, 60. Y'all both need to get to work. You can't be like, she don't look like she used to, man. I don't, you know. It's causing me to look at other women's. I'm like, well, I bet you ain't the sexiest motherfucker to her either. You might want to do some work together as a team, have this conversation. Because you're telling me, and I'm a complete stranger to this man. Now, one thing I do love about my experiences in life, people will talk to me. And they will tell me, shit that I ain't supposed to know. They'll tell me he even ran through his whole marriage with me. But I'm going to be honest with people when they talk to me about their problems. I'm going to talk to them about their problems. All right? But when we get into this conversation about weight, an honest conversation can't be had. We supposed to be out here accepting everybody for how they look, whether it's bad or good or whatever the fuck. Men can't say anything about what they want a woman to look like. They can't have an opinion because women going to tell you, shut the fuck up, I'm not out here to please you. Don't you hate that one too? You don't get to say nothing because I'm not here to please you. Like, bitch, who you out here for then? Who you for? Because I understand it comes from within yourself first. But if you're going to tell me, if your argument is I'm not trying to attract men, then I know that's some bullshit you came up with. I know it is. That's something you done told yourself because you didn't want to get your ass in the gym. You don't want to acknowledge how stupid you look with this, whatever the fuck you may have on. You don't want to acknowledge what people saying to you, so you came up with a defense mechanism. That's what you did. And now you're telling yourself that you're not here to attract men. Now you're going to tell yourself that to make you feel better about not doing shit. Got pussy. You can get you some dick. Won't stop you from getting it. But to say that you're not out here to get men's trash, to tell men that they don't have an opinion about how women should look is trash. Because women always have had their opinion about how men should look. Short niggas, I feel so sorry for them because I saw a fucking, I think it was an ad on Instagram. I don't know why the fuck this shit came up in my, it was a white man. He was short. He put on some shoes, some type of shoes. He was 5 something. Put on some shoes that made him like 6 feet or some shit like that. I'm like, well, what the fuck type man would wear heels basically to manipulate height? Like, you gonna have to take them bitches off at some point. And that bitch gonna be looking at the top of your head like, nigga, you played, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have to take them shoes off at some point. You played, I'm out of here. I'm gonna get the fuck up out. But women get to be cold like that towards men, and it's fine. Men have to deal with it, suck that shit up. You short, bitch ass, hoe ass nigga, I can see in the top of your head, nigga, you ain't shit. That's an L he gotta take. Now, he develops an anger issue throughout his life. Napoleon complex. I told y'all, we talked about Napoleon earlier. But when women starting to gain weight, they get that Lizzo complex. Oh, I'm oppressed. I don't know what the fuck. Love me like I am. Like, ma'am, I can't get this leg up like I used to. Remember? Remember when I could just get it up? Now I'm having to put shoulder into it. I'm having to put that bitch on my shoulder and use my legs. I'm having to lift from the bottom now. You know, like, I'm having to use proper lifting methods now. It ain't that I don't love you. It's my back. Remember? I'm having to squat too low to get it up now. Because you got the Lizzo complex. Now the Lizzo complex is sitting. And now I can't say nothing to you because you're mad at me now. Now you're mad at me. You see? Why can't I tell you that I don't realize? And there are men who like big women. But a lot of times the men who like big women don't be wanting them type of dudes. They may settle for those type of dudes. Can we be real? They may settle for those type of dudes, but they don't be wanting them type of dudes. They want the finest. They just like most women, they want a fine dude. They'll deal with the dudes that like big women, but they don't necessarily really want to. I mean, truth be told. But y'all know we can't really tell it, you know? Women get to tell men, say all types of shit about men. You even seen that comment earlier. Well, if I say you got a little dick, then you gonna be sad. Dudes who get told they got a little dick, they only get sad for half a second because they still gonna get pussy. Like, nothing's gonna stop them from getting pussy. You can tell the whole block they got a little dick. Their name maybe get ran through the mud a little bit. You know, people may laugh at him a little bit like, can you believe this nigga pulled this shit out? Really? Ain't he grown? Like he got to choose that or something. Like, you know, the stuff that women hold against on men can't even help. Do you think if he could change his dick size right now, he wouldn't? He would. If he could go in the gym, imagine if a man could go to a gym and work height in and work dick size in. Man, gym memberships would through the roof. There'd be lines outside of the gym where you live. You'll see gyms popping up everywhere. You can't go to a gym. You can't eat different foods and stop eating certain things to grow height, to grow dick size. You can't do it. So it's a false equivalency, but that's what women always use. Well, yo, these niggas out here with these little dicks. Like, what? How you gonna use that? The only thing that will be equal to that is, well, you know, your pussy tight. You know, that's the only thing that could be equal to that. Your pussy tight as hell, ho. You know, like whatever a man would say, like. But you can't say, well, he called me big, but nigga, y'all dudes got little dicks though. And it's like, bam, can't nobody do nothing about that. It's it's sad, you know what I'm saying? It's sad. But you can't go get on the elliptical and get no dick size. If you could, the gym, again, men would be in that bitch packed in. Every day, all day. Short niggas could go up there, get on the goddamn treadmill and get taller. Like, that's what they would do. What we're saying to you, ma'am, is that you can do these things and change what I'm saying is wrong. Not your face. I didn't say you was ugly. I didn't. Because you can't necessarily change your face. But your body size, that 16, 18, 24, 26 that you wearing, you can change that. And I know you can. And you're not going to tell me that you can't. And you're not going to keep getting mad at me. And this is what's so crazy too. You make a comment or a post about big women, they're going to come in droves. They're going to run to that post. Now, they don't run nowhere else in life, mind you. They're not running nowhere else in this life, okay? But they're gonna run to that post, and they're gonna dump all their insecurities onto you, onto your post, onto your post. Everything they ever heard in their whole life. Every time they got called fat as a kid, whether it be through middle school, high school, every man that's ever called them fat, every relationship they ended or had to end because they was fat, they going to bring all that to your post. And they act like you came into their house and called them fat. That's what they act like. That hurt. To that post. Oh, you just bitter. Like, what do I have to be bitter about? Only time I'm bitter is in the summertime, having to look at y'all in a two-piece. Or look at y'all in some tights. Or some yoga pants. I'm bitter then. I be hurt. My heart is broken at those times. You got an argument for that. But I'm not bitter as to why I made this post. That doesn't make me bitter at all. I'm not angry. The only thing that I'm mad about is the fact that y'all come up with all these fucking excuses. Instead of just saying, you know what? I got a food addiction and I'm not working out, nigga. Okay? That's what it really is. And that's all that needs to be said. Right? But y'all listen, this is what I'm gonna bring, because I get into really, really heavy arguments when it comes to, well, now we're gonna have arguments about religion, but I'm gonna start, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to come on to YouTube, and I'm going to put these conversations that I'll be having, the arguments I get into, and people who hate me and all this shit, I'm going to put those into video form. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And understand, big women, it's not that I hate you. I have, the women that I love more than I love anybody else in my family, they're big women. Okay? Understand, this ain't got nothing to do with hate. This is me knowing how you got there, and me not taking the excuses that you're using to tell me how you got there. Nor am I going to deal with your emotionalism every time somebody say you big. That's what it is. Ain't no hating shit. Ain't no hating shit. I had some homegirls in my lifetime, big girls, that would ride for me, that rode. We're not talking about your character. We're not talking about, your intellect. It ain't got nothing to do with any of that. But any big girl that's been my friend, oh, I'm going to tell her. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with her. I love you that much. This is not any form of what Lizzo talking about, oppression, a system. No, that ain't got nothing to do with any of that. These are just facts. Has nothing to do with me hating you or anything like that. It's just facts. I love you the same, but I'm not going to lie to you. See, you're so used to motherfuckers lying to you, helping you make these excuses. Hell, they gave you most of the excuses. They gave it to you. But I'm going to start coming over here and we're gonna talk about this shit, because I think we can have fun. We can have some real conversations. We can have some real conversation. Now I'm gonna get to some of y'all's comments before I get off here. We'll get into y'all comments for a little while. Here. I want to get Lizzo's face out. She done been sitting. Her face done been sitting on here for too long, hasn't it? Let me get Lizzo's face off here, because this bitch is just no respect. I got no respect for her at all. Let me get her face off here. We'll just do that. We'll do that right there. So I'm going to get into some of y'all's comments now. Mad love to everybody who watched up until this point. Everybody who understands what I'm saying, as opposed to being emotional about what I'm saying. I ain't doing, I'm spitting straight facts. Sometimes the facts and the truth is funny. And we like that. We like that type of truth. Somebody asked me what's up with Patreon. I'll be uploading some videos to Patreon as well. I'll be doing that as well. I'll get on my Patreon, because normally what I've been doing is doing those Instagram lives, and I'll come post them on this channel, which we gonna go live on Instagram, because we got to get into our woke conscious bag too, right? Because what's done happened is people forgot I had other bags. So you'll have people that say shit to me like, man, I'm just here to hear about white supremacy and racism. Now, I understand that that's what people want from me, but I have so many other bags. I can talk about so much other stuff, and I always have, like my channels, some of my older channels, that's the bag I was in. I dealt with everything. So I'll be, opening those bags back up, because I can go in with the best of them. It is not a game. I don't give a fuck who it is. I can go in with the best of them about anything you want to go in about. Not just racism. We can get in about whatever. And a lot of people don't forgot that. And a lot of people, well, I don't want to hear about this. I want to hear about racism. Well, bitch, get the fuck out of here for right now then. Okay? You can come back, because we'll be back. You see what I'm saying? But we're going to deal with we got to deal with these cops. We're going to be dealing with that. I'll be going live on Instagram tomorrow once I get done. I got to go to Asheboro. And once I get done with that, I got to cut this grass tomorrow too. I'm going to get this grass cut. But tomorrow night, we're going to get it in on Instagram. We're going to go on Instagram Live. If you're not following me there now, go ahead and follow me on Instagram or you're going to miss that live. This is going to be on my Team Rob 5 channel. And then we're going to be dealing with this racism. We're going to deal with institutional racism in particular because I feel like the conversation for institutional racism isn't, you know what I'm saying? It isn't being had. It's more people just talking about racism, individual racism. I feel like the institutional conversation is falling by the wayside. So there's that. Yes, Haka, I do still, if I'm saying your name right, Haka Yashirala. I could be fucking it up, and if I am, I apologize, right? I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, most definitely. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. London Link says, would you ever consider live calls on the channel? Yeah, actually, I used to take live calls back in the day. But the only thing about live calls is I don't want to argue with folk. You know what I'm saying? But I know people are entertained by that. People are entertained by people, being upset and want to call and cuss me out. So, that's something that I can most definitely do. In particular, that could be something I do specifically on Patreon. That could be something that's good for my Patreon, to give people on Patreon an advantage over everybody else. Because y'all see, if you follow my social media pages, I'm banging every day, all day, everywhere. But that'll give my Patreon people an edge on motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So that could be something that's a really great idea for me to do specifically on Patreon, is just have live shows where I just take call-ins. I think that's that may be what I do just specifically for Patreon. That'll give people on Patreon an edge. That's what we'll do. And now I guess people on Patreon may not be as argumentative with me. I mean, there may be people that subscribe to my Patreon just to come argue. I mean, I wouldn't give a fuck. Come on, hell. Let me get them few dollars real quick up off you, and we can get it in. You can do whatever. But I'm not necessarily into debating and arguing. A lot of people are into debating and arguing. I'm not necessarily into that. I know it may seem like that, but I really don't want to argue. Like, the stuff that I be talking about, to me, I feel there is no argument. The only reason you're going to have an argument is if you're mad, if you feel touched, or you feel as though I'm saying something that may be offensive to you. But facts are facts, and it just is what it is. It just is what it is. That's all it is to it. Okay. Haka, you from Charlotte? That's what's up. Yeah, Jordan Black. But let me tell you something. Jordan Black said live calls could be annoying because you might get some trolling motherfuckers. Man, I deal with trollers. I can deal with them. Because they're going to get laughed off the fucking stage. That's all it is. I can go in with the best of them. Trolls or not. I can get it in. It wouldn't matter. It would be annoying, but it's not like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can do it. I can most definitely do it. Yeah, that's a good point, Jitty Regita. So I don't understand why people can't disagree without making it a whole knockdown drag-out session. It's out of control. And I'll be asking, you saw me making posts on, like, why do y'all follow me? Like, why are you following somebody who everything I say you disagree with? From religion to what I'm saying about racism to what I may say about weight. You disagree with everything I'm talking about. Why are you following me? Why are we friends on here? That doesn't make any sense. And I have people telling me, well, you want to have people who don't agree with you so it's not an echo chamber. Like, I don't have time for that shit, man. It ain't got nothing to do with everybody agreeing with me, but motherfucker, you on here mad. That's different. That's different than you just being disagreeable. You mad. You choosing to try to insult me. And that's why when I made the post the other day on Facebook, today I chose violence. And I was giving big people a hard time. I chose violence that day. And motherfuckers like, Rob, you choose violence every day, though. So, at the end of the day, which is a good point. Like, motherfucker, I can go in. I be trying to be chill. I just want to go in about and against racism, institutional racism. That's really what I want to go in about. And our mentalities and that's what I want to give the most of my, going in to. But, motherfucker, don't come up here thinking I won't deal with you, because that's where I came from. I'll cuss you smooth the fuck out. Even I had the big girls want to tell me I'm ugly and all that shit like that. That don't bother me. That doesn't make me mad. I can be ugly. That's fine with me. You can call me ugly, skinny, tell me that wouldn't no woman ever want to fuck with me. I'm not hurt by that. I'm not hurt by that. Even though you're directly making your comment to me, I made a post without your name in it. That hurts you. I'm not hurt by what you saying, you see. Because I know what you saying isn't true. And I made that post. I know what you saying ain't true. You feel like what I'm saying is true. That's why you mad. See, I'm not mad. Now, I may cuss, but I cuss. That don't mean I'm mad. That means I cuss. I cuss whether I'm mad or not. I cuss laughing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. Why I'm going to be mad you big? You big, I'm the one mad. How? In what world? What world did you create for yourself where you the one that's big, can't get the weight off according to you, but I'm the one that's mad? How? How is that even possible? Don't make no damn sense. And I had some big women on there that's like, well, yep, this is some motivation I needed, and mad love to them. That's what I need. I need to hear it. I needed to hear it hard like this. And it really wasn't hard, but in the comments when people was trying to go in on me, I was going in on them too. I got it in with them. But some women like, yep, I needed it. I'm on the way to the gym right now. I know people be playing. They be lying like hell. But I'm on the way to the gym right now. Don't you worry about it, Rob. I'm not going to keep being. I feel what you say. I know you telling the truth. You're not lying. If you were lying, if I was lying, it'd be something different. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me. Motherfucker, I can get it in and cuss out people and laugh and joke on them with the best of them. I can get it in without even trying. I don't even be trying to really be, no comedic shit, but it just comes out that way. I can roast the fuck out of a motherfucker. It's nothing to me. On the humble, it'll be a humble roast too. A humble ass roast. But I try to use all that energy towards the caves, sellouts, anti-black. I try to use all the energy towards that, but now it looks like I'm gonna have to kind of use some of it for motherfuckers that keep coming at me for no goddamn reason. Like, I've been telling y'all the truth, goddamn, since 2008. I've been on this motherfucker, being honest. And y'all gonna come over here and act like this ain't where I came from? Like, motherfucker, you must have forgot. It's your motherfucking mans in there. Remember? Like, don't play with me. It's your motherfucking mans and them. It's there. He ain't go nowhere. He just shifted his energy. Like, don't fucking play with me though. But I see motherfuckers in so-called 2021 need to be reminded. Y'all need me to remind your motherfucking asshole. That's what I'll do. I'll remind you. Because it's in there. I just tried to use it for our benefit and for the team. But now I see I got to use it on some of you motherfuckers, so that's what I'm going to do. It is what it is, right? Yeah, the caves. That's what we call them over here. We call them the caves. That's what they are. They ain't Susans, Brads, and Beckys and all. No, they the caves. That's what we call them over here. That's what we do. That's what we do. They made it to where black folk got to come up with a different way. You can't even just say white folk. That's deemed as some type of racism if you just say white people. So I'll say the caves. And you can put two and two together and came from the motherfuckers, and we can keep rolling. That's what we call them over here. That's what we do. That's what we do. Sweet Tea, mad love to you. Say, I need to hear it, Rob, and I'm about 15 pounds overweight. Go ahead and get a hope to it for you're 115. You see what I'm saying? That's the game people like to play. Like, you see yourself getting a little out of pocket. You buy new clothes. No, don't give in to you getting big like that. Go ahead and knock it down when it's at 15, because it's better to handle. Once you let yourself go, it's a whole lot harder to get a grip of. It's hard to get your hands around it then. Once you 115 out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And mad love to you for hearing it. Like, you got a little pudge. Go ahead and knock it off. Don't wait till you goddamn. You done grew 4 of them? It's gonna be a whole lot harder. It's gonna be a whole lot harder. No, I didn't hear about that, Gina. I didn't hear about that. Said, did you hear about the literal Karen that Madonna had to check? No, fuck Madonna. She a cave hoe. I don't really. And she been a cave hoe for a long time now. She'll fuck black men. But y'all know a lot of these cave hoes that do that. No, I don't give. Like, bitch, for every one comment you may make to try to check a motherfucker, bitch, you owe millions. Like, all the shit you done sit here and watch happen, your whole ass ain't said shit, just sucking black dick and all this shit. and you think you can come out here and just make a statement and then, you know how black folk are. Like, look, like, no, bitch, fuck that cave hoe. Fuck that cave hoe. Fuck her. Okay, she came out about the killing of Dante. Okay. She came out about the killing of, and some white chick named Karen went in on her. Okay. I mean, I can't hold her. I mean, she can come out. It is what it is. I mean, she can come out. And I'm sure they try to go in on her. Haka says, how skinny is too skinny, Rob? You know when your ribs showing. Motherfuckers know what too skinny. You know when every bone you got in your body, you can see it. You know, motherfuckers know. Small pants is big as hell. Like, motherfucker, you need to, you know. And you have a lot of skinny women that are, right now, you know, they want to grow natural asses. You know, they call them slim thicks. And they want to get ass. And a lot of skinnier women are working out, you know, trying to build that muscle up, eat that food, build that muscle up to get them little asses on them, because women want ass. I mean, it is what it is. They be wanting it. They be wanting. So you got a movement of women that's doing that too. And of course, you know, motherfucker, it's impossible, but it's not. All you gotta do is want to. That's it. That used to be what I said all the time. All you gotta do is want to. But you motherfuckers know when they skinny as hell though. You know, if they have an issue being that skinny, if you ain't got no problem with it, hey, keep rolling. Same thing with big people. Hey, if you don't got no problem with it, keep rolling through. You do that. You go ahead. Sweet to you, Wow. But that's an honest comment. She said it was the double chin forming for me that put a fire under my ass. But you saw it coming. You see what I'm saying? You didn't wait till you had 4 of them bitches. You saw it coming. You weren't gonna sit there and be delusional like, yeah, I still look good. I could use a whole nother chin. And I respect you for that. Like, who the fuck said, well, I could use another couple chins real quick. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Like, come on now. Nobody need no another chin. The hell? Indigenous WOG says stage killing pandemic, trigger happy Freemason. Okay. I'm still gonna deal with it. I'm still gonna deal with that. We're gonna get it all the way in about that tomorrow. Nigel Haley, you make a damn good point. As long as niggas still trying to fuck, they will never think it's a problem. These are facts. Boy Meets World said a lot of people got quarantine weight. That's a goddamn excuse. Because ain't no way because of quarantine, your floor just disappeared. Bitch, you ate all that? Get on that floor and do some sit-ups or something. Huh? You ate all that. I hate when motherfuckers act like, well, yeah, I was in the house, so I just didn't have no choice but to get big. How was I supposed to do? I mean, the food was there. I just couldn't resist. I'm like, bitch, do you see that floor that you walking on? Get your ass down there on and quit playing. Stop playing with me. You should have more time on your hand to work out now. You ain't got to go to work and all this shit. And girl, please. And with the way that we in the era of technology now, man, you can just, people on YouTube showing you exactly what they do to work out. On Instagram, giving you meal plan. They giving you the game. And you still got excuses if you don't get your ass down that damn floor and stop playing with me. People doing workouts from the house. They getting those resistance bands, those balls at the crib, getting them a little workout mat, stretching out, doing yoga. With the era of technology, they showing you, they giving you the game. They showing you what it is. They showing you what it is. They giving you the game for the free. Like, come on now. Being in the house ain't no excuse to get big. I don't accept it. I don't accept it at all. Haka says, can being skinny deter a man from being interested in you or affect dating? Like being overweight? Depends on what type of man. It depends on what type of man. I never had a problem, with so-called skinny women. I never had a problem with that at all myself, personally. But some men may be like, nah, she need a little meat on her bones. You done heard that before. I need a little something to grip back there. Now, if I can't grip nothing, then I'm good. I can't do it. Okay? I need to be able to reach back there and grip something. If I'm missing, you know how you open, like right now, look at your hand and close it. If your hand and I'm coming up empty every time, I can't. And there ain't nothing wrong with the woman. You know, I'm not saying that she's not a bad person, but my hand is empty. It's hell. I need something to palm. That's just me, though. You see what I'm saying? That's just how I get down. That's how I get busy. But every man, just like women, gonna have their different preferences. They're gonna have different preferences. Some dudes into titties and stuff like that. I could give a fuck less about that. I had women that be insecure about their titty size. Like, I wish my titties was bigger. And it's like, that ain't for me. That gotta be for you. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care nothing about no titty. B cup or whatever. I don't care nothing about all that. I need something I can grip back there real quick. I need to be able to wrap my hand around there and grab something. If I coming up empty, I gotta get the fuck up out of there. I can't do it. I can't do it. Sweet Cheek says, I was always told coochie don't got no face. That's the motto. Ain't that something? That's the anthem. That's the mantra. It don't. Clearly it don't. But some men have standards. Now, not enough do, I would argue that. But some men actually have standards. And it just is what it is. Some men got standards, man. And they not gonna do you may think it's like that, but it's not necessarily like that. And they may fuck you. They may fuck you, but them actually fucking with you heavy like that, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. But men do say pussy ain't got no face. They do. That's something that I grew up hearing. I'll be like, wait, so you mean you'll do anything? And they was like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that with y'all. Like, I know that, again, because the way I came up, there were certain things in society that I'm like, well, no, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that with y'all. Because if you look a certain way, you gotta look at your cumulative. Like, if somebody was to go tell that they fuck with you, is that gonna look bad or good on your resume? Like, men will do anything a lot of times, but some men got standards. In particular, dudes that got choices. I always was. You know what I'm saying? I always was able to have options. So I'm not about to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to say pussy ain't got no face. Yes, I do. I got to look at that motherfucker and get turned on or something by the way this woman look. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we know looks are subjective as well. Somebody might think somebody cute. Somebody might think somebody ain't that cute. And it is what it is. But hell, you know, back in the day, and I ain't going to say back in the day, even now, you may have a woman who may not be that cute in the face, but that ass is a fool. And she not running short on no dick. She not missing out on no type of dick whatsoever. She may not be the cutest motherfucker in the face, okay? You know, she know it. She know exactly what's going on with her life. But that ass, that stomach flat and that ass is a fool. And she know it. And it's okay. She worked what she got. You know what I'm saying? Same way women may say, you know, dudes ain't that cute, but I done heard women say, well, he dressed nice. He always smell good. He may not be the cutest motherfucker, but that motherfucker fly. And it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is what it is. Y'all can talk about what if you only got a half a handful. Hey, a half a handful might be able to be worked. I would have to see it. You know what I'm saying? I have to see what your half a handful is, because ain't nothing wrong with a small frame girl. Shit. I ain't saying nothing wrong with that, but it's a such thing as just like, no, we're not going to do that. I need something. It's 11, y'all. I done been on here for 2 hours. I'm about to get the hell off here. I done been on here for 2 hours. Y'all keep in mind to, again, follow me on Instagram. We're going to be going live on there tomorrow to deal with this society. Some of this rioting that we're seeing, some of these protests that we're seeing, we're going to be dealing with that. I really appreciate everybody who came through to spend this time with me. And it look like some of y'all want to have an after dark talk. And maybe I'm going to get on here. We're going to have to do some after dark shit, ain't we? Look like we're going to have to. Look like we're going to have to do some after dark shit on here. I'll come on here and do that with y'all too. We'll get it in. Don't even worry about it. We'll get it in. We'll have some after dark talk. I know people love talking about sex. Even though this is one of the most popular conversations in the world, but people still failing. And that may be the premise I come in on. How the hell are we failing all these books and all these conversations, and it's still women they taking L's out here? Okay, that may be something we have to come in here and go live about. So I'll see. We can get it in about it too, right? But like again, y'all, just follow me Instagram. We're gonna be going live on there tomorrow night. I'll announce the time sometime tomorrow. I'll look at how. We're gonna talk about it. Nigel, we're gonna deal with everything. Typically, when I do a live, I deal with everything I've been seeing, everything I've been posting about. I'll deal with all of it. Okay, we're gonna deal with everything on my live, on that live about that. And y'all just subscribe to the pages. Fuck with me. Mad love to y'all. I appreciate everybody who was able to hear the message, catch the message. Again, this is going to be, we're going to do this argument. We're going to have these arguments that I'm going to be getting into on Facebook. That's going to be a new thing that we do here. And we're going to get it in, y'all. All right. Mad love to everybody that came through and showed me love, spent this time with me. Love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow night. Get your popcorn ready. We're going to get it in about what the fuck's going on in this society, from the racism to these fucking vaccines. We're going to talk about it all right? I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Mad love. Shout out to Team Rob. Black first, second, and third. I'm out.